Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Hulk Chapter 1 Comic Review. Now, as you know, Hulk Chapter 1 was originally going to be a series, much like Spider-Man Chapter 1. But due to the unpopularity of Spider-Man Chapter 1, Hulk was actually made into an annual series, and there were other Chapter 1 stories going to be planned. So the cover you have is Hulk in his grey form, while having General Ross, Eagle, Betty Brant, and Rick Jones. So the story mainly starts off in a kind of like showing what the Hulk is and how he's taking down communists. And we have Rick talking with someone saying, "Come on, man! You said you'd get us out of here! Do it! It is done. You must now." And ends up getting shot. So we're introduced that instead of like a gamma bomb, it's like a giant gamma laser that was made instead. And you can tell that Banner talks with General Ross about using it and even about the location and that. And he says, mainly, "No, I'm not calling Washington to tell them we've spent another $1 million because our bold genius is worried about real estate." And so they get into an argument about it, and one of Banner's co-workers says, "Perhaps I can offer a solution, Dr. Banner." And yeah, you can tell General Ross does show some hospitalities because he's Russian, and Eagle mainly says, "I understand from an old Cold War warrior like yourself, it is difficult to accept that a former enemy can be a friend," and points out mainly about doing a test run. And we're introduced where Rick and his friends talk about mainly doing something dangerous and illegal. And what's interesting, it turns out Eagle shapeshifts into a kid who looks like Brian from the Lovely Bones. And mainly says, "Is that of any of your concern, buddy? How the heck are you anyway? I know all the kids in this burg, and you ain't one of them. I don't live in town. My parents are stationed out at the base." And so mainly he shows them where the location is, about aliens and everything else. And Rick doesn't question about this or finds it a bit strange. So him and his girlfriend go out. And meanwhile, General Ross is having a go at everyone else about the lateness, and even starts to show more racial hate, and says, "Watch what you say, young lady. Living in my house has made you aware of things you probably should not be aware of. No need of any of these others to know any more than they do." And so mainly Bruce Banner has a look outside and sees mainly that Rick Jones is out and tries to warn him to no avail. So Banner goes after him, and General Ross stupidly as well to go to test anyway, putting Banner and the others in danger. And keep in mind that since Betty is in charge, she could easily have cancelled the project. And yeah, Rick's girlfriend obviously left and chickened out. So Banner mainly goes head on to get Rick away, but sees that Ross has gone on with the test project and tries to get away quickly and throws Rick in the ditch, where Banner ends up becoming hit by gamma radiation, and after this wakes up, where he's end up screaming that in the hospital. And after this, General Ross thinks that both Banner and Rick are behind this sabotage. And yeah, I'm surprised that no one is questioning Ross about this. And so Rick's like, they can't do this! I got rights! And so we see Banner slowly becoming the Hulk, and Rick sees that that the door wasn't properly secure, but it was also due to the fact of Banner's strength. And you see Banner turned into the Hulk, where he goes on a rampage and says, "Hey, wait for me!" And so tries to avoid the military in that, and eventually makes it back to his place, where he turns back to Bruce Banner. And you see General Ross question about Banner's ripped clothes and that, but Rick comes up with a quick tale and fools them into believing that Banner was attacked by the Hulk. And after this, they see Eagle and question how he was unnoticed back there. And turns out Eagle is actually a Skrull and takes them to mainly his alien ship, and they fly near Russia, where remnants of the Soviet Union pretty much get attacked by the Hulk, and says, "You think you puny guns can stop me? Nothing can stop me." And so Banner sees Rick mainly sees a small guy running away, and mainly the guy is known as Eagle, who blasts them with Bruce Banner with a gamma bomb, and has them in the underground chamber, where he points out that he wants to be normal again, and after the fall of the Soviet Union has caused him to basically rely on other resources. So they mainly run the test, and Banner points out the potential dangers, and Eagle mainly becomes normal, and Banner mainly gets hit by Eagle, knowing that they're going to need more firepower. So after basically getting a shuttle and that ready for Rick and Bruce, Eagle ends up getting shot, and since Hulk only transforms during the night in this continuity, and turns back during the sun, he sends them back to the United States, and pretty much after this, the base gets blown up, and Banner mainly returns to normal, and where they hope they can find a way to stop the Hulk. And this is the story. So, what I think of Chapter 1. It's definitely not a bad issue, but I feel, yeah, if they did update Marvel now, they would find a way to somewhat alter the story, because, yeah, I think there's a way you could still do gamma radiation, but I think there's a way you can make the story a bit more updated. So I think it deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.